Happy new moon, my friends. Ayahakatari iska achuto uru utakanata arihitarasa. This new moon, September 14th, 2023, is just an amazing new moon, giving us this opportunity Niaracha akasa ata arihisana no uruto to reconnect with ourselves, connect with our desires, connect with our heart center on what we wish to truly create. When we celebrate the cycles of the moon, we're celebrating the cycles of life. We're celebrating the cycles of the year. We're celebrating the cycles of our breath. Chiharada arhenana atihashara siaka awata arhasakatiroto. And it doesn't matter whether you look into, whether you believe in astrology, whether you go by the tropical or the sidereal, they're both saying the same thing. So they gave me the title of this video for this new moon is to welcome life with open arms. Change is inevitable, and the cycle of change, the cycle of the moon changing phases. The new moon is like an empty set of lungs, where we've already told the universe what we wish to create, and all we need to do is breathe it in to manifest it back into our lives. Akisa atahatara. Embracing change, welcoming change, life. Change is life. Change is one of the 5 laws of the universe. Everything changes except for the first 4 laws. Even change changes. The way change happens in our lives. How we handle it. Can we handle it with peace, harmony? Can we handle it in alignment? Can we handle it with grace? I didn't know what we were going to talk about, what they wanted to talk about today. So I asked the Ching, and they gave me Hexagram 11, peace. And it's so valid. This peace that you get through meditation, this peace and calmness when we handle change, when we live our lives with excitement, when we live our lives with embracing change and how things happen and how they unfold and how your manifestations unfold. Can we do it with curiosity, simplicity, the simple mind and the simple engagement with this curiosity and this excitement of how it's going to unfold? Then we get everything ends up being abundance at that point. Everything turns out as this unwrapping of a gift. And this new moon is just exactly that. We're coming into eclipse season. In 10 days, we have the autumnal equinox in the southern hemisphere. It is the vernal equinox. We're coming into the high holy days in Judaism, where we get the Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, and connecting in with our higher source within, with God within, if you want to use the G word. I've used the G word before, and every time I do, guess what? I lose subscribers. That's okay. Whether you believe in God or not, whether you think that you're triggered by God, or God being this old man in the clouds controlling everything, or whether you believe that you are an aspect of God and God is your inner being. If you've been listening to my channel long enough, that's the latter is more true. But there's times when we have this idea of separation, that God we're not feeling in alignment. So we go to this idea of lack where we're praying. And this idea of praying is bringing something we desperately need into our lives. And that's totally okay, because you're talking to your angels and your guides and to the universe and to your God, God within, God without. And you're inviting it back in through prayer, through meditation, through mantra. Whether you consider it mantra to be a tool of the mind or the tool of the heart, because the heart mind is where it's at. With the last series, Shine, we spent time with our inner being. We spent time getting to know ourselves. And only by getting to know ourselves and getting to know our inner being, how it sees life, how it sees every situation, not through contrast, through the eyes of abundance, through the eyes of love, through the eyes of ease, through the eyes of peace, through the eyes of harmony. And whether we're too excited about something, we're so excited that it's clouding our vision, or whether we're too depressed about something or too in our own head about something that it's clouding our vision. That's what prayer, that's what meditation is about. Getting to know our inner being, spending time with our inner being, asking it what it wishes to create, asking it how to see the situation in a different light, in a more aligned light. And that's where the most powerful prayer comes in, when we ask God for the wisdom, when we ask our angels for the wisdom to see the situation for what it is, instead of how we desperately want it, or any other way that's keeping us away from this abundance of the universe. So maybe we take a few minutes to take a few breaths. And then after a few breaths, we write down what we truly wish to create. Every day with the Holy Fire is surfing the crest of the wave of the new now. It's not living in the past and not living too far in the future, but that excitement and the balance of being on your surfboard of this life and welcoming the curl, the drop, welcoming in what life has to offer. But by first getting back into alignment, and that's the beautiful, beautiful advice that Abraham Hicks has for every situation. It doesn't matter what you're experiencing. The solution is to get back into alignment. And when we're anywhere near alignment, the navigation tool is gratitude, joy, inspiration, love. But all these other ideas of love, sometimes they're hard for us humans to understand what it is, which is why we select the words joy and gratitude. Gratitude, what are you grateful for? Are you grateful for every breath that you take? When you walk around, do you see the beauty everywhere? Whether it's flowers or bees, whether it's snowflakes, doesn't matter what it is. What is the beauty that you see? And are you listening to your heart? Or you're listening to all these other people who have this idea of how you should be living your life? Let's take a few breaths. Let's breathe. Breathe while you breathe. Thank you, Mike. You're totally awesome. As we breathe in, And let us breathe out and release what no longer serves. Let us breathe in our true, authentic self. And let us breathe out what no longer serves. Let us breathe in the gratitude for who we are inside. And let us breathe out and release what no longer serves. Let us breathe in, yes, briefly, breathe in self-love and self-appreciation. And let us breathe out all those ideas that your heart says is not true. And let's breathe in everything that your heart says is true. And let us breathe out all those other ideas of what your heart knows is not true. This is your life. This is your joy. This is your gratitude. This is your inspiration. Isn't it about time you started living your life the way you see fit, the way your heart sees fit? Kasa atar arkuna arhasaka esa atakar, isa taatitaha, shaya ata aratata, na takarata asisiarata akitoro, usha aya aratakanaha erata. We start eclipse season. And with eclipse season, there are new, exciting energies that are coming through, changes that are coming through, changes in your life, changes in your reality, our reality. I'm including me in this. And then 6 months from this eclipse season, we have a total solar eclipse in the United States, and I know where I'm going. It's curving across the United States, April 8th, 2024. And these eclipses, besides big energy and big changes, big kasuhutar, nisa ataka arhisa atuta atana hatsati. There are big changes in ourselves if we allow that to happen. The breaking of patterns, the release of karma. And I see karma differently than most other people. To me, karma is anything that we imprint. Every thought, every action that we take has some form of karma. Karma simply is action. And we're supplying the reaction to what we think and what we say and what we do. And anything that's too far out of alignment, we're putting weight over here and we're putting weight over here. We're putting a karmic imprint there that, some people say we have to deal with it, that we will eventually deal with it because our soul, our inner being, wants to be at peace. It wants to be in harmony. It is our true authentic state. It is our true authentic self, this harmony, this peace within. Our physical bodies also, every cell in our physical bodies is seeking stasis, homeostasis. Whether it's bringing in water, electrolytes, whether it's bringing in this well-being. This is who our inner being is. And in this state of alignment, all of our cells have nothing to do except go back to the stasis of well-being, of purely functioning at its highest state. And that's the same thing that happens when we meditate, that we get into that peace. We slow down the mind. And that's why we do yoga, why we do exercise, why we do the things that inspire us or that we love, whether it's art, whether it's engineering, whether it's home improvement. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's conversations with friends. I had some amazing conversations this morning, and they're all leading to the same thing, is that your heart is the source of your inspiration. Your heart is the source of the unfolding of your excitement. Whether you have a call to be more spiritual, whether you have a call to be more creative, this listening of the heart, this realization of the self, allowing the realization of it. And those things sound lofty, they sound hard to do. So let's ease into it. Let's gently tune our vibration back to alignment, back to our joy, back to abundance. And then all that stuff happens naturally when we slow down our mind. That's what happens to me when I'm on my mat. I focus on the asana, the posture, the pose. I focus on the transition. I focus on my breath. And sooner or later, that becomes my whole awareness. And when that happens, and when I notice that I'm not thinking of all those other things, I chuckle because I'm going, this is the whole point of yoga, is to get to this state of supreme focus. That's when the magic happens. When we allow the universe, our heart, to work with us, to create with us, to experience life with us. So back to the I Ching for a moment, because this piece, there were a couple of changing lines which had to do with, the tarot references. Our tower is crumbling, because when we focus too much on creating this stronghold, it keeps us away from life. If we're building these walls around a heart, it's not going to allow us to live life. We're going to feel protected for a little bit, but these walls are crumbling down, and then we're going to be exposed anyway. So why not just expose ourselves to life, to love, to the beauty of this thing called life, and welcome it with open arms? Because the funny thing is, when we get in our own way, the universe has a way of correcting the situation. When we're not in alignment, when we're not in abundance, when we're not in gratitude, the universe gives us contrast. And how we see this contrast, or some people call it obstacles. Well, next week, there's a celebration of Ganesha, and whether you see him as the remover of obstacles, or you see him as a good friend that's going to talk to you and share with you that these aren't obstacles. These are simply ideas in the mind. These are ideas of contrast, and we can be excited about everything in life, the challenges and everything that unfolds that comes along with it. We came here and incarnated in this master class called Life on Earth. And you chose it willingly. Because you were ready for it. You are 100% successful in everything that you do. Because what you give out to the universe is what you get back. Excuse me. Nadia, water is life, my friends. And if you're getting back contrast, you sent it out with either thoughts or words or actions that were not in alignment. You were successful. Congratulations. But if you're praying for something, if you're manifesting it, and it's in your control, where you can do something about it, and you know you can do something about it, yet you're not, you're in your own way. And clearly you're doing it for a reason. But if we spend time with our inner being, whether through prayer or through action, whether it's yoga or being creative, and our heart starts singing, listen to it. Our heart is giving us this call to action, this invite of change, this welcoming of change, this welcoming of life with open arms, not with crossed arms. No, no, no. You can say no, or you could be the yes person. Because no matter what, you're going to be successful in how you're manifesting it. So you might as well say yes to it. And then when you tell the universe, you might as well tell it with excitement, because you know you're going to get it. And when you tell it in alignment and with excitement, it's coming that much faster. And it's coming in abundance instead of in contrast. Wouldn't you rather be in alignment with abundance? Maybe that could be the title of the video, alignment with abundance. Maybe I can make it a AAA day, alignment about abundance. I don't know. Got to come up with an A word. Si itur ataharsha akatita atananata hasa atatakarisha atatakariso tor tatara. By slowing down our mind, the ways of our monkey mind, our egoic mind, our selfish mind, and we tap into our abundant heart, by also standing up for ourselves. If somebody's talking you out of what your heart wants to create, why are they saying it? Whatever they're saying, it's about them. We can listen, but why not check in with our heart on what it has to say? Shaya atanahata katara si ekachkarwata atakaryatata. Kisa atakarata aruto ura asha. So maybe a little light language. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you breathe during it. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all. In every way and everywhere. And everyone, as we give gratitude to the universe, to life, for we are abundant. The holy fire is life. The holy fire is change. It's the agent of change. Nihukutura. Hasaatar anahatata ichohutur ahahea atita. Shia saakat kutariach anahata kuturata. Kushuhutur utar anahasaka e. Hasha ayekutur utandadi. Kaisha kanar yarahaskat utarata. Nioro hatatari hashkatanuru. Kiso hutur utananate ishahaya sakatatirat. Husa arnahara. Hishahatiti arianahata. So I thank you, my friends, for manifesting with me, for sharing a breath. Iskotukuru utanani aretata. And breathing while we breathe. Nihakarata atara arshana sota takashisa tiariana hatakarha. Asa akatekiariartata. And happy manifesting. Niara atakatara iskotor uta hasa anakahasa tata.